What's up YouTube, Dreamkiller coming at you in another video, and I am with my friend Exeldude.
Yep, that's me.
And we got a special review for y'all. We just got back from seeing Alita Battle Angel. And so, quick disclosure, I had low expectations seeing this movie. He was excited to see this movie.
I was stoked. I was ready.
So, let's begin with why I had so much low expectations for this movie. Apart from the fact that, the initial trailer was kind of off-putting with the CGI and the bug eyes, the anime eyes that it was going for. I knew next to nothing about Alita Battle Angel. Like, after the trailer, learning that it's based on a manga and an OVA, I never knew anything about it, so I just didn't know what to think about going into this movie. But initially, I was just gonna skip the movie, but he convinced me. A fellow YouTuber convinced me, so I went to this movie just expecting, another bad anime movie. Because let's be honest, before this movie, we have not had good anime adaptations into live action, have we?
That's very true, especially by Fox. Let's be honest.
Yeah, because the less we talk about Dragon Ball, the better. Death Note, I try not to talk about that. Bleach. I haven't seen Bleach, so I don't know.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Fullmetal Alchemist was actually not that bad.
Hey.
And Ghost in the Shell, people said that was bad. I thought it was okay, but it could have been better. So, again, we haven't had the best treatment as far as anime fans when it comes to live action, but I am...
Also in the best screen.
Yeah. But I am thrilled to say that this movie was really good. Let's start by the fact that this movie is directed by Robert Rodriguez and produced by James Cameron. Two visual masterminds making what I consider a very faithful adaptation, if at all I think it is a faithful adaptation. He can say it, I can't. But a very faithful adaptation to a very good manga that came out way back in the 80s, and it's... Where do we even begin talking about this? Let's just start with the fact this is because I have very little knowledge of the anime or the manga. I'm gonna keep this spoiler free, and just to let you guys see for yourselves how awesome this movie is. So we're gonna try to keep this spoiler free.
Okay.
But what did you think of the movie?
It was a great movie overall. I mean, they went through a lot of most important things. You would expect that a movie like this would actually be, I would say, cut and just show a couple things and just breeze through it. But it doesn't. It actually takes a little bit of its time, and it actually leaves off with so amazing battle scenes. So amazing, ridiculous battle scene and action scenes.
We cannot express how awesome the action scenes were in this movie. It's like, it had its quiet moments, it had its very, very quiet moments where, you get to know the characters, but then when you hit those action scenes, it's seamless. And it's very well done. The choreography is really good in this movie, and I expect no less from Robert Rodriguez, having done the El Mariachi movies, the Machete movies,
of course.
Spy Kids, unless, we ignore 3, because Spy Kids 3 never happened. But yeah, I expected no less from Robert Rodriguez, and James Cameron being the mastermind behind CGI as we know it. As much as a big ego he has sometimes, you gotta respect him for that. He did a good job.
Yeah, he does have a lot of talent for it. He just shows it and puts it on the table. He organizes everything. Hey, looks pretty good.
Yeah, because
not gonna lie.
Originally James Cameron was set to direct this, but then things went through the loop and then it was handed over to Robert Rodriguez. I'm glad that James Cameron handed this over to Robert Rodriguez. It was a good choice of directing and on his part, and he kept producing this because he was very adamant about wanting to turn this into a faithful live-action movie, and it shows.
Yeah, it happens. It looks beautiful. It's a nice movie. I would recommend it to anybody, actually.
Yeah, and we'll talk about the cast. Christoph Waltz. He's an Academy Award-winning actor. I expect no less, but a great performance, and he did perform well in this movie. I don't know the name of the actress that plays Alita. I'll leave a picture up here, and I'll probably leave a name, because I don't know right now, but she is like the star of this movie. She shines adamantly. It's like when you have a good film, you expect a good lead. Otherwise, the film is not going to do well. Whoever this chick is, I want her in more movies. She did a phenomenal job of performing as Alita.
Of course, I mean, you can see her expressions in her eyes and how she actually, tells her emotions as a brand new robot, you know.
And it's like, initially, again, going back to the trailer, everyone was off-put by, the anime eyes. No one's ever seen that before in a live action, especially with that CGI. It didn't bother me. I got used to it. It didn't bother me whatsoever.
Yeah, it didn't bother me either. I mean, she was great. She was great overall.
The CGI is top-notch. I'm very... it's like, yeah, you can tell she's CGI, but it still blends in together. Like, she is a real person, and she has CGI over her, but, it's seamless through and through.
And you really think that she is a robot, how she was built, and how she is actually, you can see everything through her.
Yep.
It actually looks very convincing.
And I want to say, even if you're not a fan of the manga, if you've never seen this manga or seen the OVA, as a fan of sci-fi and cyberpunk, you gotta appreciate this movie because it's very vast, the cyberpunk feel and the sci-fi feel to it. And, it's supposedly, like, this manga, has inspired many sci-fi, cyberpunk stories that have come through the ages that we know now, and, it shows.
Even inside the world, when they show in, you get to see the world itself, you see a lot of moving parts. I'm not gonna lie. It's actually pretty nice to see the backgrounds, different, when she's exploring the city, you can see different people, and you know that she's not the only cyborg inside the movie.
Yeah. And then let's, at the end of the day, for any anime enthusiast who's been off-put by, the live-action movies that we've gotten over the years, I can hardly say, as an anime enthusiast myself, as anime enthusiast himself,
yep,
we cannot recommend this movie enough. This movie needs to get the light shown on it, and needs to be shown so that we can tell these people in Hollywood, we want this type of thing done with our live-action adaptations of anime. We want this so much.
Yes.
We demand so much more as anime enthusiasts from what we've gotten over the years. This is what we want, Hollywood. This is really what we want at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's a nice, solid movie that we can see, what we saw already in the anime. Brought to us in real life, in the real big screen.
And again, if you're not an anime enthusiast, and just going in without knowing crap about this source material, you can go in as a fan of sci-fi and cyberpunk. Either way, you're going to enjoy this movie. It's action-packed, has a lot of emotional feel to it, and we couldn't highly recommend it any more than we can right now.
I'm not gonna lie, when we went to the movie, I really didn't see a lot of people that would look, like if they watch anime or watch this at all, and they were enjoying the movie.
Yeah.
Like, they were stoked.
We saw nice. A bunch of people, like, way over our age.
Of course.
And they were enjoying this movie, and that's great to see. I want more people to see this movie and show, how good of an anime adaptation movie and how good of a sci-fi cyberpunk movie this can be. Yeah. I want nothing more.
Especially when the credits rolls in and they'll see that it was actually based on a book, on an animated, anime, or I would say a manga. They'll be like, wow, this is actually pretty good. People see it and they'll think it's childish. But once they see it in real life and they realize that's what happens with comic books, movies. That's actually what happens.
It's definitely inspired me to want to pick up the manga and actually read it. And when this thing comes out on Blu-ray, I want to cross-examine it to see what they got right. Because, again, it's because I made the spoiler because I don't know anything about the source material. I couldn't divulge more into the story. But when I do, when I get the Blu-ray, read the manga, I actually want to do a further video exploring how deep this anime or this live-action adaptation goes into the manga. It made me excited to want to read the manga, and that's a really good thing.
I would recommend to anybody who likes anime, or even if you don't like anime at all, this is a good movie, pretty solid. I would say if you're an anime enthusiast or a manga enthusiast, because there's two sides of the same coin, I would say, either read it or watch it. It's in 1993. It came out, so it's already completed. I bet you can find it somewhere on the internet.
Oh yeah.
Watch it first, enjoy it, and then watch the movie. You're gonna see that it's very truthful to the source material. It does read to it pretty quickly, but at the same time, it covers a lot of it. It covers a lot of it, even though it doesn't really finish it off because it's actually a massive story.
Yeah. And like I said, we couldn't highly recommend more. This movie gets our thumbs up.
Of course.
Big
Anytime.
thumbs up. You need to see this movie if you really want to be entertained and want a true live action experience of an anime. We could not highly recommend this enough.
And also recommend the anime
Yes,
and the manga.
the OVA, the manga. If you don't know anything about it, go pick it up at your local bookstore or order it off Amazon.
Or even if you're gonna watch it on DVD or Blu-ray, just watch it first in anime and then just watch the movie.
Yeah.
So you're gonna enjoy it. Trust me.
Definitely. Anyway, that's our review. I'd like to thank my friend Exeldude for joining me on this review. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button because my channel grows because of it, and subscribe because, as always, I have many more videos to come
Down
like
below.
this. Yep, down below. Hit that like button. Thank you all for watching. I'm Dreamkiller. Nerds, keep on rocking.
Yeah.